Last time on Oh Baby a Triple, our heroes were finally going to meet the Grand Wizard. Will they find what they were searching for, or perhaps will they find something else?
Absolutely. He will be of great service to you. Please make your way up to his study.
Hello, boys. What brings you into my study?
Well, we have this map, but the problem is we think there was a spell put on it.
A spell, you say? What kind?
We can't even read the contents on it. It's like the locations will disappear and reappear, but the town names will be switched up. It's almost as if someone doesn't want us to find something, whatever this map is supposed to lead us to.
Master Astronomer, could you give me some privacy with the boys?
Oh, of course, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, this map is legendary. It leads to a great treasure, a treasure many greedy men seek but never survive. How did you come across such a map like this?
That seems very irrelevant at this time.
Look, we got the damn map, and that's all that matters. Are you going to help us out or not?
I'd bite that tongue of yours, half-giant, before someone keeps it as a trophy. I'm sorry. I've been very stressed lately, and my mood has been on a weird swing. This place is like my tomb. Would you like to see my latest findings?
If you don't mind.
Not at all. In fact, it might be of some use to you. Give me the map, and the three of you stand there on that platform.
Why should we give you the map?
Just trust me. I know what I'm doing, and listen to me. Do you want me to help?
I don't want to piss him off any more than he already seems to be, so let's just do it.
Okay, here's the map. Where do we stand?
Just a few steps back. That's it, right there. By the gods of young and old, guide these boys to their doom.
What?
Porcius Openius.
We're being sucked in!
I don't know how long we can hold on for. It's getting stronger.
So long, boys, and thanks for the map. Have fun in whichever dimension you end up in.
Dimension?
You're not Alera. Where is he?
Oh, he suffered from the same fate, unfortunately, as you three boys will very soon.
It's a transfiguration spell. He made himself look just like him.
Very attentive of you, boys. Now, time to find me some treasure and become a king amongst men. With the power to open portals to other dimensions, nothing can stop me. I can see it now. Armies from the Dark Hills and giant monsters that can be summoned from any pocket of time in the universe. It'll be beautiful. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Oh Baby a Triple. I am your host, Corey McCray. This is the TV show turned radio show turned podcast, and we're on season 5, episode 7. I already introduced myself as Corey. Why don't we introduce our guest and just hop right into that?
Hello. I'm a previous guest from before. I'm not in LA anymore, but now I'm at home in my comfortable room.
Beautiful.
My name's
And his name is Match.
My name is Match, and I paid
Match
$2
Cody.
to be on this episode.
Yeah, he gave me $2 whole.
$2 whole fucking dollars.
Yeah. But no one else. I only
No one
got
else.
$2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has
that
to
was
pay
supposed to be a
Papa.
fucking secret, dude. I have to pay my
It's the
landlord.
Papa fee.
It's the Papa fee.
It's the landlord fee. It's the
Yeah.
Papa fee.
You gotta pay
Here-
Papa or else.
Hey, Harry, introduce yourself.
Wow, okay.
I don't know how to transition it. You two never know when to go, like who's next. So I figured I'd just go and, hey, you.
So I'm Harry, and I'm feeling a little bit on the spot right now.
I'm feeling a little ticked.
Well, we could change that. Let's go to Ryan.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I like Mitch milk.
Wow. Whoa. Premium
How
Mitch
long,
milk.
how long
like
were you?
straight
how
from the
long
udder?
were you thinking about that one, Ryan?
Oh, I literally just wrote it down right now. And this is like, this is my intro. Hi, I'm Ryan, and I like Mitch milk. And I was like, perfect.
Because I know you generally like to think of them like a couple days in advance. And
No,
just
that
like
one-
you, idea of you sitting in bed and you're like, oh, because of Mitch milk. That's what I'm gonna say.
Motherfucker's head.
I lay in bed thinking of Mitch milk, and I was like, that's it. That's the opening. That's how I'm going to do it.
Days gone by. My lips have gone dusty because of Mitch milk not being in my
just
presence.
take
It is day
I'm gonna take
20.
Take an ASMR break here just to...
Oh, that's the Mitch milk right there.
That's them.
Genuine
That's
Mitch
them.
milk. Mitch milk.
That's some...
It's bald.
I would hope there's no hair in my Mitch milk. Otherwise, I
thought-
think my Mitch milk might be a little bit unsatisfying.
If you find the golden pube, you win a prize.
you get to go to Match Pootie's Wonder Factory.
Mitch Patty's Wonder Mints Wonder.
Yeah,
Yep.
just like that.
Just,
Can I ask you, Mitch, how you been
Yes.
feeling since Mitchell, South Dakota? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I spit up corn.
Yeah, it was a time.
Yeah, it was a time. I've been, I have a shirt from there. I always am like, oh. And then I stare into darkness for 5 hours.
Yeah, he
That
did
sounds
that.
like fun.
He did that on a trip too. It was weird. He'd space out for like 5 hours and then finish his sentence when he snapped back. It's just hella spooky.
Anyways, how are you guys?
Doing pretty
Doing
good.
well. Doing well.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I got a new apartment.
Whoa.
Finally.
Did you?
Yes. I actually have a space to live in that's mine and that I pay for. And I have a bed. And I have a
Wow.
kitchen.
Wow.
And you have a Daddy Frank.
I
have
have
Daddy
Frank. Can we not?
Daddy.
I doubt he'll like ever listen to
You
this
should-
podcast.
You should let him. You should be like, hey, Frank, we mentioned you.
You make a cameo in our 7th episode of season 5.
Yeah.
We talk about you a lot.
We talk about you,
Extensively.
Daddy.
You know what? Screw the manga theme. Daddy Frank theme.
Hell yeah, dude.
How hairy is Frank's butthole? And it's just like
How-
it's just kind of the stuff we talk about.
What title is Daddy? What do you get to become Daddy?
What makes a daddy a daddy?
Yeah. What goes from a dad to a daddy?
Oh, thick. Obviously.
Is Mitch milk just semen?
That's for you to figure out.
That's for you to
and for
decide.
me to know.
Why am I balding?
That's just a question I ask at myself every day. Because I really think,
Mitch,
Well, not only you.
yeah, not ooh,
Ooh.
poor Mitch.
Deep.
It's okay, but you're the egg.
wow, whoa,
There's a specialness when you're the egg of the
but I
family.
mean, there's when you're the egg. It sounds like I'm a
You
grand
get to be.
poobah.
You get. I mean, think about it.
the
You get
civilization.
claim to all the Humpty Dumpty jokes. You get.
Really?
You get
Wow.
all the white egg jokes, and you get the smelly jokes too.
Damn.
Whoa. Wow, that, and I get called out on how I'm everywhere at once because I just look like the same person who's bald and has a beard.
Oh, sweet
There are a
Jesus.
lot of you out there.
There are a lot of me. We're
Yeah.
out there.
It's egg culture. And once
Mitch
you're
is a
part of
hot
egg culture,
commodity.
All eggs are
absolutely.
beautiful.
Yeah, he's a hard-boiled commodity. That Mitch.
The hard-boiled commodity will not go down over easy.
I prefer my soft-boiled, to be honest.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't
just gonna scramble.
our
Oh, I
So-
know. I see how Ryan likes it.
Messy.
we will march on the streets, sunny side up.
But remember to put on some sunscreen. You're gonna get burned.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
That egg noggin.
I did. I remember that happened.
Yeah.
Fucking. I didn't rub my fucking round ass head And then seagulls pecked at my head thinking I was a french fry.
Rest in peace.
You know.
I thought they would think that you were
must
one
have
of their
hurt.
eggs
Yeah. Oh, shit.
to bring back to the nest.
That explains
You
why
know,
they
being
like
an egg
grab at
and
me
all.
with their weird web feet.
They were like, "Oh my god, my child!" Then they just started grabbing, and you're like, "Ah!"
I'm like, fuck.
And there's just like the pads of the feet are just grabbing at Mitch's head, trying to pick it up.
Just
Goddamn. So anything else exciting happening in your life, Corey, or
Anything else exciting happening in my life at all? Anything?
yeah, anything.
other than the new apartment?
anything. Corey.
Money is going down the drain.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's exciting.
Wow.
It's exciting in its own way, in a frightening, terrifying, existential way.
Absolutely. That
I
sounds
went to a
wonderful,
film
Corey.
fest. That was pretty fun.
Oh,
Got to
cool.
see some.
Film fest.
Got to see some short films, some indie short films that were made. They're pretty good. A lot of them are funny. A lot of them are like some dark comedy. A lot of blood. A lot of blood. People really like blood. Let me tell you. One was about like your friend killed someone and then you helped them like chop up the body, and it was called I think something like My Friend on Saturday, and it's just the concept was crazy, but the practical effects were amazing. I swear to God, every time there was this dead body lying on the ground, I'm pretty sure it was a prop. I'm pretty sure it was just a big prop. Someone like pasted meat together, and they were actually cut the head off, and there was like a mannequin head that you were actually slicing through.
Ah,
It was all super gory, and all of
That's-
the rest of them were the same way.
very cool. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed your Midnight Meat Massacre movies.
Yeah, it was good. It was more midday meat massacre.
Oh. What was the name of the film festival?
LA Live Film Festival.
Cool.
So it was pretty cool. They had a lot of stuff going on, and the thing I was a part of was seeing a bunch of the like smaller, short indie groups, like just small production companies making their stuff.
Did anyone
Hey.
accept you in their cool groups?
Yeah, Assorted Kinds.
Ooh.
Yeah, that group.
That,
Shout
yeah,
out to Assorted Kinds. They make not a feature. They make a short film every month,
hell yeah.
and
Feature
they film
short
it every
films.
month.
Feature short films.
Short features,
Short film short who?
long short form, short long form.
Short
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Fortnite. They make
Got it.
Fortnite videos.
They do make. They do. Anyways,
do they?
Speaking of movies, looks like y'all watched a couple movies this past week.
Seen a lot of movies.
I just
And
watched
by
that
lot, I mean
sweet ass
3.
baby.
I've been watching a lot of movies, but I've only put 2 movies that are currently out in theaters. But I've been watching other stuff in like my back catalog and other things. But I thought I'd just
Not
keep
allowed
it
to
down to
talk
like
about
2. I didn't. I wanted to see the one movie that's on Harry's list that I'm so upset I haven't watched yet. And it's the top of it. It's the top of your list there, my guy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The Lighthouse.
I need to see that movie.
It was really good.
Nice.
Let me. It's starring Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, and I'm looking up who the director is. It's Robert Eggers,
Yeah.
which is good.
Gotta get
Right
that
on the
egg joke
nose
in
with
there
the
again.
egg things.
gotta get that egg in.
I don't feel as packless anymore.
Listen, you have representation, Mitch. Your culture is making movies.
What do you mean, my culture?
You people. I'm not claiming to be part of egg culture.
Why not? What's wrong with a culture?
I have hair.
Yeah. So do I.
On his face.
Just not as much.
Yeah, I can't grow it the other way.
His hair bled from the top of his head into like the bottom of his face. I always say that. Like his beard is just huge, but he has no hair on top. So his hair just migrated south for the winter.
Yeah.
Conspiracy. I actually just shave my head all the time and just glue it to my chin.
I always knew.
You listeners decide if that's true or not.
Well, you did something like that once when we shaved Joe's head in college, and then
Well,
you
that's
just
Joe's
put Joe's
hair.
hair on your head.
That's because I missed the sweet embrace of having locks.
I think that's one of the first of many times I've heard Harry say to you, Mitch, that's the grossest thing you've ever done.
Yeah. The second, I will say the second one that I remember is me eating a French fry at a McDonald's on the floor.
Yeah, no, those were both Very terrible experiences.
And he didn't even do them. He just witnessed it.
They were just vicariously disgusting.
And I still here to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Are those
Mitch
more as
cannot die.
terrifying?
Yeah. I'm actually immortal.
More or less horrifying than the lighthouse, Harry.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna wonder, is that more terrifying?
Bring
More
it back
terrifying?
around.
Really, truly.
I would say they're more terrifying on an existential level.
Oh, okay.
But the lighthouse was pretty freaky. Because it's Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, where Willem Dafoe is this old lighthouse keeper who he's been here for years and years. Robert Pattinson's like his new assistant.
Yeah.
And it's just the two of them. They're the only characters in the entire film.
It looks
And it's
really
just they get stuck on this island in the lighthouse because there's a big storm and it's going on for like forever. And they lose track of how many days they've been there, and it's just 2 hours of them going back and forth and just going insane. And just it's so good. Like they were both fantastic.
Need to see this movie.
I've been dying to see this movie because the aesthetics of it look amazing. And
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
all in black and
incredible.
white in like the square composition with those nice big black bars on the sides.
Yeah, the nice aspect
It was
ratio.
gorgeous. Yeah.
And also, I heard Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe's performances were absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
And
they were.
I like the director's previous movie, The Witch. I really, really love The Witch.
That's a
a
good
great
movie.
film. And when I heard he was making this, I was just like, oh yeah, I gotta see this. Like,
I
this
did
is
like-
on top of my list.
I don't know if you all follow A24's Instagram, but they had a nice No Nut November post about the lighthouse. It's really good.
It has 3 separate masturbation scenes.
Oh,
There was
that's
just
great.
it was just a super cut of like don't give in, don't give up. And Willem Dafoe. Well, there's like an intercut line of Willem Dafoe saying something like you gotta hold back, you gotta be careful. And then they just cut into like close up of Robert Pattinson just going
Damn,
No,
I didn't know
they're
those
really
scenes
good
were-
scenes.
it's Harry's favorite.
Where Robert Pattinson's performance really shined.
Do you think he'll do that in the Batman?
I hope so.
I hope he takes a statue and masturbates to it in the Batman movies.
Cool.
It's like a bust of the Batman. And he's just
It's just like a
sitting there.
Batman toy.
Paul Dano just creeps out of the corner as the Riddler, and he's sweating, and he's just all like, oh god. And he turns into his weird like character from There Will Be Blood. It'd be perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would totally watch it. I would watch that weird fucking movie.
And Paul
called The
Dano says,
Batman.
"I'll drink your milkshake," and then
I'll
But yeah, so Lighthouse is, I think it's right now it's my number 2 favorite 2019 film.
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see it. I'm going to watch it sometime.
Hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna go out and watch it. That's
Nice.
my goal. That's my goal.
I might have to wait until it goes into like the cheaper theaters to go see it. But
Damn, that's sad.
yeah,
Sad.
because I can only see it on Mondays and Tuesdays, so those are my
Damn, that's
best
even
days.
sadder.
Well,
Isn't
Yeah.
Tuesday discount day?
It is. Today was Bargain Tuesday, but it was snowing today, and I didn't want to go outside because it's really bad.
Oh, that's right. It's
Oh, yeah.
snowing in New York now.
Hell yeah.
It's we got like 8 to 10 inches, so
Nice.
I'm good.
That's a porn star length.
yeah. he
Damn.
got dicked on by snow.
We
Yeah,
got
we did.
we got a chode out here in California right now.
Yeah. We got like
Half
average.
chub.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the size. It's just kind of how you use it.
Yeah.
And boy, did they use it well. Got fuckers slip sliding all over the place.
The next movie, I guess, that is on Harry's and I list. I mean, we'll both talk about this one. Is Parasite.
I did
Parasite.
not know this had nothing to do with the manga Parasite.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's not that.
Not the same thing.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a live action movie. I was like, yo, dude, totally stoked. I'm like, no, that's not it at all.
There
It's
is a
very
live
much
action.
not
There is a live action Parasite movie based on the manga and anime, which is absolute fucking trash.
Oh, okay.
If you want to see it,
Rest in
it's
peace.
absolute garbage. But if you want to, go ahead, tickle your fancy. But
Nice.
Parasite is a much different film.
Parasite is my number 1 movie of the year.
This is
This
my
was
favorite movie of the year
in
too.
2019.
This is mine as well. it's my absolute favorite so far this year.
It's a. Do you want to explain about it?
Yeah.
'Cause I explained about Lighthouse.
Yeah, and then you could do Jojo Rabbit. So we'll flip flop with that one.
Cool.
Parasite is from director Bong Joon-ho, who directed The Host, Snowpiercer, and Okja. Fantastic director, love his movies, and Parasite is kind of going back to his Korean films because he did Snowpiercer and Okja, which were more Americanized, I would definitely say, or more American esque. So
Yeah,
this one kind of has
Snowpiercer
more.
had Chris Evans in it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Captain America.
So this one kind of is going back to his roots of what he used to make. And this is a great film where it's essentially about this upper class family and this lower class family. And the lower class family begins kind of bleeding into this upper class family's house.
You said family, and it just.
Did I say that?
That's just like immediately it was like mildly
Jesus.
racist.
Jesus Christ! I
Totally an
I
accident.
It was. I didn't even notice. I stumbled in my slurred speech. Sorry about that.
But sorry, continue.
I'm not racist. I promise. I had no idea.
Ryan, stop! Ryan, stop! You're just digging a hole.
Ryan, you're making it worse.
Oh God, fuck. All right. Anyway, so no, I'm fucked. So essentially, like the family essentially kind of moves their way into this upper class family by stealing the jobs of different people and stuff like that, and kind of almost assimilating into their life without them realizing it. And it's really, really awesome. Like there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of commentary in this film. A lot of like deep stuff. I don't, about like
deep
society. It makes you really think, and it's just one of those movies where it has one of the most intense sequences in a movie I've seen in a while, where I was just on the edge of my seat. And it just gets crazier and crazier as it goes along to like the very end. I think the movie was like 2 hours, and I was absorbed from the very beginning of the film to the very end.
Yeah, it was
And-
super suspenseful.
It was absolutely perfect, and honestly, I think this is his best movie I've seen.
Ooh.
Like, period. I think from
Damn.
this director, this is his best movie. And if this doesn't win Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars, that is an absolute shame. So I think this will definitely be a runner for Best Foreign Language Film, and I think it's going to win the Oscar for it.
Hell yeah.
It's a pretty much near perfect film, in my opinion. It's up there.
So would you suggest people to go see it?
No.
No, absolutely not. Do not watch this.
Perfect.
It's such trash.
It's such.
It's a fucking Oscar bait,
mean-
man. Foreign language film
also-
being good, they want that foreign language Oscar. God.
Yeah. I kind of want it to go for like Best Picture, because I would like to see this up for like an actual like Best Picture nomination instead of just foreign language film.
Yeah.
Because I think the guy actually like deserves it. Like his directing, his writing, everything about this movie is just, it's so on point in every level that it's like I kind of want to see it get more than just foreign language film. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I think it definitely deserves it, because it's a very good movie. I'm not disappointed at all. It was just exactly what I think it was better than I expected it to be too, because I didn't know what it was really going in, and I kind of liked not really knowing much. So so that's kind of the best way going in, is just not really knowing what to expect.
It had a lot of good like twists and turns. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very fun movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed it, and I don't recommend it.
Go, Mitch.
Perfect.
I love there's a great scene, I think. By the way, actually, there's a story I have for this. I didn't think about this. When I went to see this film, Parasite, I went to the theater and this old woman sat next to me, and I was like, who is this woman? We started having a conversation. It comes to find it was Philip Seymour Hoffman's mom. I saw Parasite with Philip Seymour Hoffman's mom.
She started
and
sucking Ryan's blood.
Oh shit.
We became friends. We actually friended each other on Facebook. We're like friends now.
Oh, nice.
She invited me into her film society club.
Hey.
I was like,
Oh, whoa,
absolutely.
Damn.
So it's kind of cool. So I met Philip Seymour Hoffman's mother, and she was a very lovely woman. And when she said that, it suddenly clicked, and I was like, oh, she looks just like Philip Seymour Hoffman. Like, Jesus Christ. And it was like undeniable. It was weird.
It's just Philip Seymour Hoffman with the lipstick.
It was just a very old
He's still
person.
alive, and he's got a wig on. He's got
Oh, God.
He's got some powder.
But yeah, no, it was kind of cool. So that was kind of like my fun little movie theater experience story.
Can we
So
get
that
her
was
on the
kinda fun.
podcast?
Yeah, Ryan,
You
you,
know
guys
what's
are
funny?
tight.
Hey, Philip Seymour Hoffman's mom.
Shout out,
Go
come on the show. She's because apparently I guess he's from Rochester, so I didn't know that.
Oh shit.
Wow,
So he's from,
Zowie.
So he grew up out here. So I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
God.
So that was pretty cool.
So JoJo's Rabbit. Damn, not JoJo's Rabbit.
Yeah, so Jojo Rabbit. It's the new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It gets
all
kind
about
of weird. It's
JoJo's
not
Rabbit.
what I was expecting. They went back to World War II.
Adolf Hitler was
so it's about-
was New Zealander.
It's about the new JoJo.
Yeah.
His name's Jojo Rabbit, and his stand is Adolf Hitler.
It's so true though. God, if you've actually seen the movie, that joke is really fucking good.
So yeah, it's Taika Waititi's newest film. It's about like a little boy. He's in the Hitler Youth, and he like idolizes Adolf Hitler, and he's growing up in hardcore Nazi Germany. And it's kind of about his perspective of the war, of like this super nationalistic boy who doesn't realize that the Nazis are bad. It was really good. I cried a lot watching it. It was really sad. It was also really funny. Taika Waititi was hilarious as Adolf Hitler.
As he should be.
Yeah,
He's like JoJo's his imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler because he just worships him.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So like all the scenes with like Adolf Hitler, he's not really there.
Yeah, so
He's
it'll
just
be
in
like
his
something
mind.
bad will happen to JoJo, and then Hitler will show up and he'll be like, "Come on, man, it wasn't that bad. Chin up, everything's gonna be okay." He like encourages
It's
him
very
and everything.
funny.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
I think Taika Waititi was definitely my favorite part of that movie. There were so many great, like, just moments of just cutting to Adolf Hitler, Taika Waititi, and it was just absolutely hysterical. It always got a laugh out of me, and my friend, throughout the
Dude,
whole
he's
movie.
everywhere, and I love it. Love Taika Waititi. Give me more, is what I say.
Have you seen
Absolutely,
Jojo
yeah.
Rabbit yet, Corey?
No.
You gotta go see it.
I know.
Yeah, it's
I
worth
gotta
it.
go see it. I did see Mandalorian, though. Taika Waititi's in Mandalorian.
Oh shit.
How was that?
That's pretty good.
Was it as good as Connor said it was?
Probably not. I suffer from a severe case of pilots have too much exposition syndrome, and it doesn't help when pretty much every pilot needs to set up a lot of exposition for the story.
Gotcha.
But there were some good moments. I won't spoil it though. If y'all
Yeah, because I'm going to
still
watch
wanna
it later
see
tonight.
Because I
Dang,
remember
I
Ryan
wanted you
specifically.
to spoil it.
Yeah, I was gonna spoil it big time, right? Yeah, Darth Vader shows up in Mandalorian Man and Darth Vader.
Oh,
They have a
shit.
lightsaber duel together.
fuck.
Yeah.
Do they do the lightsaber and the force pushing?
Yeah,
And
and Boba Fett's cousin, Mandalorian Man, has a lightsaber up his butt. He just sticks it out and he starts swinging it around.
Whoa.
And it's Mitch.
And it's
It's
Mitch. He takes his helmet off and it's Mitch Patty.
It's
I'm not
couldn't
even
really see
joking.
me
You cut
because
out that whole thing. Like the whole
there's
thing,
a-
I couldn't even hear you. It went dead silent.
Because I
And then
spoiled
was
all
like,
of it.
That's
Yeah.
for the best.
Yeah. It's better for you not to hear.
I
about
just
it.
heard,
you don't
I
need
just
to- you
heard,
don't
and
need
his
to know.
helmet come off, and it was Mitch.
That's a good way to come back in.
that was all I
Yeah,
heard.
I would suggest Mandalorian. It's a pretty good show. Visually, it's very cool. A lot of cool visuals, and obviously
dope.
it follows the Star Wars classic, using like a lot of puppets and a lot of practical effects and practical shots. So it all
Nice.
looks super nice, super cool. But I can't wait to talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, maybe someday I'll watch it. I don't
Might.
have Disney Plus, so it might be a minute.
I have to wait till it gets ripped and put onto Pornhub.
Perfect. That's how I watch all my movies.
Yeah, that's how I watched Rogue One.
I forgot about that. Fuck.
That was great.
Shit.
Rogue One was uploaded to Pornhub. Never
That was a good
forget.
time.
There's just so many fucking movies.
God damn. Hey Harry, what's Midnight Diner?
Midnight Diner is a show on Netflix that I started watching. Actually, I'm almost done with the first season.
Oh shit.
It's an anthology series. It's called Midnight Diner Tokyo Stories, and it's all set in this like diner that opens at midnight. And it's like every episode is about like a different dish and different people.
Oh, I like
where
that already.
It's like, you know, so this guy owns this restaurant, and it's his customers come in, and every single night, and they order, you know, whatever, because his thing is that he has like a really simple menu, but he'll cook anything anyone asks as long as he has the ingredients for it.
Yeah.
So they'll come in and they'll be like, oh, I want this, and they'll be like, oh, this reminds me of my childhood. My mom used to make this or whatever, and then it would go into, it's this whole story about that customer, and it's, you know, whatever's going on in their life. There's one episode where like two brothers are reunited after so they were like really young. Their parents divorced, so they hadn't seen each other since they were little kids. But when they were kids, they used to eat this ham dish together, where they would play a board game, and whoever lost had to go out and buy the ham for the other one.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like 50 years later, you know, they haven't seen each other in decades, and they're reunited, and it's this whole story about how one of them's like a successful lawyer, and the other one's being evicted from his home. And you know, they kind of come together and they work things out. It's very good. It's very nice. Not every episode is as uplifting. Some of them are actually really sad.
Oh.
But it's been a lot of fun. I've just been like watching a couple episodes of that every night. And I'm really, really enjoying it. It's just a kind of like nice little relaxing, here's a story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super.
I've been enjoying it.
Cool.
Cute little
I'll have to
show.
add that to my list.
Would you recommend it?
No.
Okay.
This reminds me of fucking when I saw, what's the fish movie?
Nemo.
What is it? Where she bones the fish?
Oh fuck. Fishbone.
Shape of Water.
She bones the fish.
The Shape of Water.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The shape.
when I went to go see it, and it was Corey, I think it was either you or Joe,
Oh, it was
said like,
both of
was
us.
it good? And I said no, and then you guys didn't see it.
Yeah, no, we literally... Harry was talking about it. He's like, went to see Fish movie. It was weird. She fucks a fish. And we were like, oh, was it good? And Harry said no. So Joe and I just like, all right, that's Harry's take on it. It's not a good movie. And
When
then
in
we heard
actuality, I
like,
loved the film.
well, then I started seeing it was like up for the Oscars. I was like, Harry, I thought this movie was bad. And he's like, no, it was great.
And that's the story of how I kept my friends from seeing a great film.
Yeah, but I eventually did see it with my grandparents.
Oh,
That was
boy.
that was a bad decision.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awkward.
It was really great when, like, in the first, 5 minutes of the movie, she's just like masturbating.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just sitting in the tub, just touching herself, and
She
you're
flicking
like,
the bean.
Yep.
yep, this is happening.
I watched it with my parents.
I watched it
Oh
with
my
Mitch's
god.
parents.
Yeah. Even Harry watched it with my parents.
I think watching it with your parents is one thing. I think it's watching it with my grandmother right next to me was completely different. Like,
Yeah, that's like I feel like that's a deeper cut of weird
that's a
than
very deep cut of weird.
like in comparison to like it's already weird when you're watching it with your parents, but like
Yeah.
it's weirder with
Then
grandparents.
she sexes up the fish real good.
Yeah. And then
I think there's like 2 movies I watched with my grandparents. The other one was like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, I think it was, and it's with like Danny DeVito. Oh boy, there's like just some bare-chested nudity in that movie.
ooh.
And my grandma keeps saying like I forgot how much nudity there was in this movie, and then it'd keep going, and then she'd just say, I really forgot how much nudity was in this movie. Like she was trying to reprimand the TV for showing it or something. Yeah.
Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a good time. It was a good movie, yeah, and I'm glad I finally got to see it.
That's good. Would you recommend it?
No,
Okay.
don't see it.
Don't see the movie. Any of these movies.
Don't see the movie.
Don't
5
see
stars.
Anything
don't
we
see it.
recommend here, don't see it.
Don't see
Yeah.
it.
Anything
Do
we
not
don't
take any-
recommend, also don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, just you know what? Just delete anything you hear about on this podcast.
Yeah.
just delete it from your
It's-
brain.
It's not worth it.
Even me saying this.
Whoa.
Just delete it.
Just unfollow this podcast. Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe
unsubscribe.
from us.
Hold on.
Unsubscribe.
I'm gonna Control Z right now.
Smash
so.
that dislike button.
Yeah.
Let's get to negative 100 subs.
Hell yeah, dude. Negative 100. Guys,
Negative-
we're on a roll. We already got negative 50. Let's get to negative 100 by the end of the week. Give me that juice. All right.
Give me those flame in the chat.
Speak. Give me the flame of the chat. Give me that flame down below. How was Inktober, Mitch?
Whoa. This is a crazy transition.
I was looking for a segue, couldn't find it, so I just hard cut.
Well, I could tell you a story. Speaking of flames in Inktober,
Aw.
I lost a ink drawing pen to it, mainly
no.
because like the thing, like the needle for it is very small, and I was scraping it against whiteout, so it's was plugged up. So when I got back home from New York Comic-Con, I think that's when it happened, I took a lighter to it, but
Uh-oh.
only made it worse, and there was some weird
Damn, who'd
packaging
have
shit
thought?
that happened that's
Oh,
inside of
no.
these pens, and so it was bubbling up, and so I smashed it on the table, and it went in, and I'm uh-oh,
Damn, maybe I shouldn't have smashed it.
maybe I shouldn't have smashed the fuck
Maybe I
out of
shouldn't
it.
have lit it on fire.
Because that's how you do it, right? With rollerball pens, you put a little lighter on it, so then it writes
Yeah,
again.
Who would have thought that you would have broken your pen by lighting it on fire and smashing it on the table?
You're right. I thought that would actually do the trick.
Who would have known?
God, classic Mitch.
Classic, man. I would have thought it would have reinforced it, but
Yeah, I thought fire would help it, not hinder.
yeah, forged in flame
It
is
would-
the whole.
I thought it, I thought it would destroy the Sith, not join them. But Inktober was pretty good. It was hard considering it was just how I had to do it every day, and then if I fuck up one day, I have to do 2, and if I mess up 2, then I have to do 3, and it made me really learn how to do art stuff correctly. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess finding my own way of inking, because everyone has their own way to go about it, and I think I got better. That wasn't really reassured, but I think I got better. I don't know. It was kind of fun.
Maybe.
Maybe, who knows?
I'm no artist. I don't know.
I don't know. You decide. Fucking
You decide in the comment section below.
flame the fuck out of me about how I smash pens and shit at art.
At Mitch Patty on Instagram. Go look him up.
Look him up. I haven't posted in a while. That's because I don't know what consistency is. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would definitely be down to do it again next year. I think if I had anything that I would change from this year to next year, give it more time, because I only gave it an hour a day, maybe 2 hours, with the exception of the last shit, which I spent 3 or 4, because I had a fucking little demon man skating on a fucking rail, but then I made it a pop-up book or some shit.
That was really cool.
Thank you. That took me 5 hours to just fucking film for 3 seconds. But yeah, there
But
was
it
that.
looked nice.
Thank you. Thank you both. Wow, you're such sweet goddamn people. If I was in the same room,
Yeah.
I would give you a nice kiss on the cheek or lips.
Oh no.
You decide.
Oh no.
Ryan.
That's up to
Ryan.
the viewers.
That's up.
Ryan.
I think I killed. Yeah.
Just seeing if Ryan would like to contribute.
No.
He's flushed.
If I wanted to
He's-
contribute, I would have said something.
Ryan doesn't like your art.
He's shy. He's just a shy little man.
Now, what is up with Corey putting everyone on the spotlight here?
Trying to just got
First Harry on the opening, now me on this. It's like, put us on blast, my
got
guy.
mad with Powers, the showrunner.
Is it getting hot in here? Someone turn up the heat.
Oh God, I'm sweaty.
Shit,
Mitch,
I'm so hot.
tell me more about October now.
So right, fuck. So
Yes, Daddy.
yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Yes, papa. Yes, sure, daddy.
Papa, I'm sorry.
Papa.
Play the violin, Mitch.
Pay the violin. But the things I would do differently was have a more focused topic, because I figured Halloween was just very just all over the fucking place. And so I was thinking about doing what was it, post-apocalyptic, and then adding in more time, and then doing logos, like doing kind of the stuff that I want to get a job doing, but then also doing illustrations. I thought they'd be kind of fun and a little different. And yeah, I don't recommend Inktober either.
The consensus is strong.
Yeah.
Inktober's very fun. I didn't finish it this year
Hell yeah.
or ever before,
I mean,
but
I
it's
still
fun.
liked all the illustrations you did make, though.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was
I
good
did
shit.
A series
I liked
of portraits. Of,
I did like
little
all of them,
cartoons.
Yeah.
I liked
That came
the
out
pun
alright.
pun one the most.
I hate that one.
I hate that's the one I despise.
That's the one that I ran out of time that day, so I drew it in 20 minutes, and it got 3 times the amount of likes of anything else I posted.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes me so angry.
No, that's happened with the fucking ghost I made. The fucking ghost I drew. I was like, when I was drawing it, I'm like, God damn it, this is gonna be the most fucking most thing I'd done the whole Inktober. And sure enough, it was like one of the most. And I'm like, God damn it. God fucking damn it. So I took 4 hours drawing Jacula.
Yeah.
Now I have this fucking ghost who's
Please pay attention to the stuff I actually worked on.
please. No.
No.
Corey, do another transition of how my shit's doing.
Mitch, as of yet, has yet to find to find his true purpose in life and his soul. Still soul searching, Mitch comes back unsure of who he is as of yet.
And that's why he went to 2 parties.
Yeah.
Yeah. One was me and Kayla talking to Corey and playing Jackbox with Kayla's mom and her cousin.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also didn't have any internet, so I was playing off my phone's cellular data. And
Oh shit.
I don't know if you know this, but using Discord on my phone, you also have to go to the internet to play Jackbox games off your phone screen.
Oh no.
So I would switch between Discord and seeing what Mitch is streaming, and then immediately hopping over to Safari on my phone to finish the thing, and then hop back on Discord real quick.
Shit,
Wow, that is a process.
Yeah, it was a bit of a juggle.
that is a lot.
It was a bit. It was a bit much.
It was a bit.
Yeah.
It was a bit, and it was a bit.
It's
It's a bit.
It's
a
a
bit.
bit much. Yeah.
It was a bit. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was happening. I thought you were on your computer or some shit.
No, I had no internet.
Oh fuck. Oh right, that's what it was. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
Corey's don't get internet.
Yeah,
They
Corey's.
actually made it illegal.
Yeah. I'm really excited that I now have internet. It's really
Yeah.
good. Speaking of excitement, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm too scared.
Okay, I was gonna segue into
I don't wanna.
you being. I was gonna segue into your final topic, Mitch, which is that you're really excited about getting back into comic books, video games.
Yeah. I figured since I gave up gaming so much, I miss it now. So I want to devote at least an hour a day towards an hour a day split into 2 parts, one for video games, one for comics, and to
To be a gamer again.
Yeah, to be a true gamer and comic book
It's like Rocky 3 where he has to like train harder and become better. Mitch has to get back into it and he's got to train again to be a good gamer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't.
What's going to be your first game getting back into gaming?
Which is going to be a Twitch streamer, and he's going to play Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Fortnite. That's what I'm gonna do.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say Fortnite.
Here's a tip,
I
Mitch.
knew it.
Here's a good tip for you.
Yeah.
Be loud.
Good tip.
Just be loud.
All right.
And then you'll be a good Twitch streamer.
I already did it.
Yeah,
Okay,
you just
so
have to scream into the camera and then make
And
weird
show your
noises.
titties.
show my. No,
Show cleavage because
Your
not my
because
Mitchies. Anything but
You
the
gotta tease
Mitchies.
the audience.
You
You just
mean.
can't give them what they want. You gotta tease them so
Oh.
they keep subscribing. So that the eventual day when you do show them, you will.
So should I sell my
so
pee?
don't show them, but you have a premium Snapchat.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Do-
that's
yeah.
right.
Do I
And
also
if you
piss?
if you subscribe, you get to see your head.
Ooh, my nice
They get to
bald
see
head.
you shine
head.
on your head.
And your ankles.
Ooh, my ankles and my knees. My nice knees.
Your knees.
Ugh.
The bee's knees.
My knees. But I do also sell my gamer bathwater and pee.
No, you have to up the game. It has to be your gamer toilet water.
Does be
Has a
shit?
They have
gamer
to be-
backwash.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You have to make sure it's set
Gamer-
up in your Patreon.
It's
Hell
gamer
yeah.
bald shampoo wash.
Ooh. Yummy.
Yummy.
That's gonna be on your Patreon where it's like in a certain tier where you can have that though.
yeah, the people who spend $500 a month who support you can also pay an additional $500 to get your gamer backwater.
Oh, I thought it was like $5.
No,
I've been underselling this shit for a long time.
no, you gotta milk it. You gotta milk your fans for their money,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
especially
You
the
gotta make
young
them
fans.
And at the highest tier, they get your dumpster juice.
Oh,
Yeah.
the dumpy?
Yeah, dumpy.
Dumpy? Dumpy the dumpster juice?
Yeah, glad you name it.
Yeah, you always gotta name your dumpsters after you fucked them. You know?
So, Mitch, what kind of comic books and video games? Did you get into?
We went so off the rails. I think we flew into another dimension.
Guys, I made it back. I'm sorry. I got lost back there following the tangent.
just lost in the sauce.
Guys, you turned Harry turned that around so quick I had to catch up. Ooh.
fucking gave me whiplash.
Oh, my
Running back
neck.
with my head bouncing around left and right.
Just like, oh shit, wait, we had an actual
Guys, I'm back.
conversation.
Yeah.
No. What comic book and video game am I doing?
Yeah.
Why the Last Man?
Book 1 and 2.
Actually, book 2. I finished book 1.
Nice.
It's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend.
I still need to read book 1. I have
Yeah.
it sitting next to my bed.
There's a monkey.
Is that the name
Nice.
of a comic, or is it there a monkey and Why the Last Man?
You
There's a
decide.
monkey.
Oh, okay.
Comment below.
What do
me
you
know.
think?
What do you think? You decide.
Truth or fiction?
And then I was going to play Night in the Woods.
Oh, nice. I love
Good
that
ass
game.
game.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about it on the holiday or in the
Exactly.
Halloween.
One of the previous 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't
we've-
know.
You decide.
We've brought up Night in the Woods many a times on this show.
It's a
Exactly.
good ass game.
yeah.
Y'all recommend it, and
No.
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 you don't recommend it.
No, I don't
God,
recommend
no.
No, you don't.
It's
You don't
a
recommend it.
bad game.
Yeah. It's a good.
Corey,
it's a really
go
good
on to
game.
the
it.
next
Great
segment.
game, though.
Hey, you guys want to talk about manga? But before we do, maybe pretend
Yeah.
like we have a commercial break.
I like manga. Yeah, wait, we had to mention our sponsors.
Yes.
Squarespace.
Corey's mom.
Wait, I heard Corey's face.
Our
Corey's
I
face.
said
sponsor, Corey's Face.
Corey's
My
face.
There it is.
Corey's face. Do you ever wake up in the morning and think to yourself, the thing that you see in the mirror is too perfect, and you want something a little bit less beautiful and something that might jar you and shock you awake a little bit faster? Corey's face.
Corey's face.
Simple.
Make that 10
Shocking.
into a 6.
Yeah. You ever see
I
facial
like
hair and
this.
think this stuff is growing in too fine everywhere? I'd like it a little bit more patchy. Corey's face.
Order now, and you get an additional beanie for free.
A beanie and a backwards baseball cap if you order in the next 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Don't forget about free shipping.
Don't forget about free shipping. Free shipping always when it comes to Corey's face.
Corey's face.
Corey's face. Simple. Shocking. That's it.
6 out of 10.
That's all it is.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit more than it should.
Well, thanks to our sponsor. We appreciate you.
Let's get into the deep dive of the topic of the show, which is manga. Now, before we start, I just want to know who the fuck wrote "Legless Gay Yaoi" where they cry.
It was a collaborative effort.
Corey,
Who did it? You decide.
Yeah, leave a comment below.
Comment below.
okay, that's fine.
So Corey, why don't you go into Legless Gay Yaoi where they cry? Tell us about it.
What's your thoughts?
Legless Gay Yaoi. I'm trying to think of an actual thing. So, Forrest Gump is pretty good.
Lieutenant Dan Yaoi.
We don't know if he's gay. He could be, and just hide it. He never says the words, "I'm not gay," Forrest.
Yeah, I don't remember him saying that in the movie.
Yeah, he never says it, so we'll never really know.
We never get confirmation.
Yeah.
So Lieutenant Dan is what you're saying is a core character because he has no legs.
Yes.
He does also cry.
Yeah. He does cry.
He does cry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He gets really sad at New Year's.
Yeah. And also in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the hookers.
And then
He got real.
Yeah, he got real
Yeah.
with those. Yeah.
He got real angry with the hookers.
Oh yeah, he kicked him out. He got so angry.
Mm-hmm.
That was also.
I
New
mean,
Year's.
how can he kick if he doesn't have legs?
Caught in a lie.
So yeah, that's all I have to say about the show. The show notes, "Legless Gay Yaoi," where they cried.
That was really good. I appreciate your contribution.
Thank you. And I appreciate your guys' collaborative contribution to giving me a topic to talk about.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Why don't you feel included?
Yeah.
So for those that don't know what a manga is, if they don't know what it is,
we should
Yeah.
do an introduction
we
for
should
the deep
kind of
dive,
talk
right? That's a
about
good
what is
idea.
a manga. Yeah, because it's a deep dive.
Take it away,
So what
Ryan.
is
a legless gay yaoi where they cry?
What is?
manga is a Japanese art form of pretty much comic books. If you've read a comic book, it's pretty much the same thing, but except it's from Japan. It features prominent Japanese artists and writers, and it pretty much reads how they do, from left to right, right to left.
Opposite to American comics.
It's opposite to what America is because that's how they read books in Japan. Is from that way. So
Right
it's
to
a really unique art form, and it's definitely a different way to experience stories. I mean, a lot of manga is usually adapted into anime eventually, but manga is usually like the better version because they cut out a lot of filler, or they streamline stories, and they're easier to pick up. But there's something really unique about it, and that's why I decided I wanted to pick the topic of manga, because there's a lot of great ones out there, and there's a lot of influential ones and things like that. So, and I wanted us to just kind of have fun with it. Just kind of talk about what about it do you guys love about the art form of manga? Deeper.
Wide.
It's deep.
It's deep. Boy,
Big.
howdy. It's like a
Ryan,
baby
why don't you
carrying an
start us
apple.
off?
What?
Why don't you start us off? It's your topic.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, most manga, I'm sure that when we've all started reading manga, we kind of started off with like a shonen series. We all started off with like enjoying like shows like Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon or things like that. But like manga, for me personally, I didn't know what it was until I saw like a Naruto comic in my school library. And I went, oh, I heard about this stuff. This stuff seems pretty cool. And so I think my first manga, though, even though I saw the Naruto comic, I turned to was Bleach. That was the first manga I think I ever picked up, and I bought volume 1 of it at Barnes & Noble. And, and then I just kind of loved it. It was just kind of like all about everything I love about comic books, but it was like, I don't know, there was just, you got more out of it. They were bigger books, and I don't know. And I just really loved the stories. It was very unique. It was something I hadn't read before, and it was kind of fascinating. So I just kind of got really into like reading manga from Bleach, actually, which is funny because I have no interest in Bleach anymore, and I think it completely went downhill. But
So it's like
you
a
know.
gateway drug.
it was
yeah.
a gateway drug, because after that I started reading like Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note,
And the
One
weeb
Piece.
starts seeping in.
It really, yeah, oh yeah.
And then you got
It kinda
Masamusume.
Next thing you know, you're watching Rosario Vampire. Oh god, it's crazy.
Jojo Rabbit.
So, for those of you who don't know, there's a subset of manga called Dojin, and that's pretty
Yeah.
much just
Yep.
porn.
Yep.
This is also important, I guess.
And then
Yep.
there's also a sub, which is Yahweh.
That's how he gets.
Yahweh.
That's how he gets a leg.
Yahweh,
God.
The God. Yeah, I read my Yahweh manga.
Yeah, Yahweh. Everyone's favorite genre.
Perfect.
It's either
We
Yahweh
really
or
got
Doe.
that down pat.
But that's what Monster Musume and Jojo Rabbit fall into porn, basically.
Yeah, Yahweh.
Dojo.
Yahweh.
Yeah, Yahweh.
Yeah,
Yahweh.
Yahweh or the
Christ.
highway.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this.
Which way's
Oh
Yahweh?
my god.
Oh, it's my way.
Oh, it's my way.
Yahweh. I'm Sawe.
All right, it's over. Bit canceled.
Bit's dead.
This is it.
So Bleach.
That's it.
Ryan, Bleach. Bleach.
Ryan,
Yo,
please
Bleach
get us
it.
back on
Let's-
track.
all right, so
Bleach.
what are your guys like? What was like your first understanding of what manga was?
Kingdom
I guess,
Hearts.
and what was like kind of the first one that you read?
Here's why.
Care to explain?
Yeah, Scholastic Book Fair came to my school, and they were selling the Kingdom Hearts. I guess it's manga, Kingdom Hearts manga series, and I was like, "Oh, I love this video game, and there's a book about it. There's a comic book about it." So I picked it up, and I started reading it the wrong way, and I was like,
Damn.
What an idiot.
"What's happening?" And then I realized that it's the other way, and I started. It was good. It was just pretty much the first game, but in a comic manga form.
Well,
So I already knew what it was
Wow.
though, because my friends in middle school would talk about Hitalia and
oh yeah.
No.
Black Butler.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So I knew what the genre was, but the Kingdom Hearts manga was my first manga.
Corey,
Oh,
don't
shit.
worry. I actually read the Kingdom Hearts manga myself when I was young, but I read it on one of those old like websites that was like read manga here now.
Yeah,
Like I read it on one of those weird sites
yeah.
because young boy didn't have money, so
Young
I had to
boy.
read something.
I'm pretty
somehow.
sure I bought it with a bunch of quarters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I scoured
dude.
together. I was like, this book fair will be back tomorrow. Better get me some quarters and pennies to pay for Kingdom of Hearts and the Heart Fruit and all. Blah, blah.
Do you still have the book?
It's a good question. I'm gonna say no.
I thought you were like yelling. I thought you were like looking at somebody. You're like,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I
wonder-
turned around to look
scream
at.
at
I turned around to look at my bookshelf.
I got it.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Don't yell at your bookshelf, Corey.
I'm just trying to be loud so you guys can hear me.
Got it. Don't yell, baby.
Nah, we heard you.
It's okay.
Don't worry, bookshelf. He didn't mean it.
He didn't mean a bookshelf. He has a hard day sometimes.
Yeah, I have a heart.
Papa Frank brings out the belt.
Where's my rent, Corey?
Dark turn. Take away from that dark turn and turn it to Harry. What's your first manga that you ever read?
The first one is almost definitely like the Pokemon Adventure comic. Because I remember reading that. I remember getting that from the library when I was like a very small boy. I used to get them from the library a lot. I got the Pokemon ones. I read Full Metal Alchemist. I read Naruto. I read a whole bunch of other ones that like I don't remember and probably never need to look at again because they were just like not good, but I don't really remember what they were.
Were those the ones that you would recommend?
Yeah, no, I recommend those ones, but not the other ones that I mentioned.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely Pokemon. That's like the first one I read. No, that series is great. I haven't like read any of the because it's still going, I think, but I haven't read any past like the original Pokemon manga. That was great. I recommend that. It's pretty cool.
What about you, bitch?
For me, it was Demon Slayer. like I'm not fucking with you.
Deep cuts.
Like the first manga I've read, it was like a couple months ago. My sister is a huge weeb, and had like
weed.
I know, and so affected me with secondhand weeb disease, and so I just watched anime, but didn't really get into like the good shit. And she was reading like her and my brother were reading like Exholic and like Yodosuba, which is like this girl and like her dad, I think. I don't know. No.
I don't like the sound of that.
It ain't what you think, Harry.
It's not as bad as you think.
It's not as bad as you think. It's wholesome family fun. It's fun for the whole family. And
Okay.
yeah, okay. And obviously right now I've been backlogging a hell of a lot of comic books, but my first manga would be that I legit paid money for and read would be Demon Slayer.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
I would not recommend.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Bad stuff.
Awful.
Bad.
Just the worst.
There's no demons in there.
Mitch.
I mean,
There's no demons. That's a darn shame. What were you gonna say, Ryan?
no. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay, fine.
I just want. I mean, when he said there's no demons in it.
Yeah, it's true. Look it up.
That's why he doesn't recommend it.
Yeah, that's why I don't recommend it. Where's the sleigh? I never see a person slay.
Hey, Mitch, I have a question for you. Okay.
Yeah, what's your question?
And I need to know. I remember us when we were talking about the topic for the show. You mentioned that you
Yes.
wanted to read the Barati arc, right? And I do also remember talking to you last night before you started reading the Barati arc. I want to know how that's going.
Are you trying to pretty much ask like, do I have this topic? Do I have research? Do I have my topic ready?
Yeah.
And
For people that don't know, the Berardi arc is part of One Piece.
Yeah.
it's also part of a meme.
It's also the greatest manga of all time. Is
the greatest
Barati
manga
arc.
and the greatest manga.
Greatest anime, the greatest
greatest
work of art in
Yaoi.
human history.
Dojin.
Yeah,
It's like anything you could think of. This is where we truly recommend. We get our Oprah sticker of approval. Oprah's Barati arc.
Book Club.
Yeah.
This has been inducted into the Oprah Book Club.
Yes. And so I do have like it's like half baked. So like I watched the whole like arc. I watched the anime, but then like I read up to half of like the manga.
Okay.
And like Ryan was saying, there's a lot of differences between a manga and an anime translation of the manga. And I thought that'd be kind of fun to see what is different about it. And so what better yet than the best fucking manga is, the Barati arc. And for I guess spoilers, I'm gonna be spoiling the Barati arc for anyone who's starting
It's
out
only
One Piece.
like a 20-year-old story.
Yeah.
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 Someone might start. Someone might be starting right now. They're up to like they finished. I don't know what the other two arcs probably were, but they finished those and they're on the Brody arc and they listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
And so I guess I will go through the fucking Brody arc and the differences of the two things. And so
Okay, lay it on us.
Good.
where
So,
yeah.
so what's the plot?
So the plot of the Brody arc is essentially Luffy wants to get Sanji, but Sanji's a little shit, and he's like, no. And then Big Bad comes because Sanji fed like some other dude that got kicked out because he's a beta cuck. and the beta cuck brought his like Buffy big boyfriend Desu, and he's like, I'm gonna take this ship, and then I want to feed my men, and then fucking Sanji's like, yeah, but everyone's like, nah, fuck that shit. What the fuck's wrong with you, Sanji? You're a little piece of shit. And then Papa Chef was like, fucking here, take your shit. And big boyfriend Desu was like, all right, I'm gonna come back later, and then kick some ass and chew gum. And then he comes back, and then Luffy just beats the shit out of him, and then Sanji joins the fucking pirates.
Nice.
That was
You know
a
what's
really
funny
good
is-
summary.
Yeah.
That told me everything and nothing about it. I love it. I was like kind of confused, and then I went, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
And then I was like, I mean, true.
I think that's pretty much what happened.
That's the gist of it.
This is just the
It
best.
is about right. It's the idea.
It's the idea. I don't want to spoil too much, I guess. Just saying the whole fucking plot of it. Though, when it was kind of weird because I just went from like, I went in reverse, obviously I didn't go from like manga to anime, I went to anime to manga. And so I just kind of watched the translation and I'm like, all right. And then so when I went to the manga, I'm like, oh wait, shit. Like, this is the opposite. This is like what they used, obviously, for the anime. So, the big difference I noticed was that Zoro didn't really have his backstory. There was like a couple episodes established with that shit, and in the manga they're just like, hey, here's our flag, and then fuck the long nosed fucker. What's his name? Fucking Poochie. Resigned it.
Poochie's an inside joke.
Poochie.
His real name is Usopp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did Poochie come from?
That's
Okay.
because Corey called him Poochie.
Here's the
Yeah.
Harry and I were talking about One Piece,
Yeah.
and I was getting on like how I watch some anime, but I don't watch One Piece. I haven't like finished Naruto or Shippuden, and
Corey.
I'd like to. And I was like saying like I wouldn't even be able to name like more than 2 characters from One Piece, and Harry's like, try it. So I was like, okay, I know Luffy, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I was like fishing for a second name, and I thought of Usopp, but I didn't know his name. And I said, Harry, like, I know what he looks like, but I know the name that popped into my head is not his name at all. And Harry's like, just say it. So I said Poochie.
So yeah, Poochie designed the flag, and then they were like tuckered out, and then they fired a fucking cannonball at a rock, which is like foreshadowing for later.
Oh, a cannonball.
Yeah,
I thought you said cannibal.
Yeah.
yeah, cannibal.
they launched a cannibal at a rock.
Yeah, he launched the cannibal at a rock. They ate the rock because they were so hungry for meat.
Was that rock made out of people?
Yeah, it was people rock. And so yeah, like, the 2 episodes, in the anime were, like, they weren't for nothing. They were pretty much like showing why Zoro wanted to become a swordsman and why he's like so determined and shit. And like he explains later in the fucking arc, he's like, ah, man, like I don't want to turn my back on being swordsman person or some shit. And and like Like, I thought that was interesting. Not to mention, how in the manga they say his name is Zolo, but like
yeah,
in
the
the-
manga mistranslates his name and they never fix it. It's
Gotcha.
great.
Oh no.
Yep. Yep.
talking to my friends.
Did Mitch just
Oh my god. Mitch got ganked.
What?
Hi, Mitch's mom.
Excuse me.
Hi, Mitch.
Hi, Mitch's mom.
So I don't know what my mom said. Like she just closed the door and looked at me with like some shitty
Nice.
ass eyes. So I don't know like what to do now.
She heard all the things you say about Frank.
Yeah, probably. She probably.
She
Can we
knows.
leave this one in so then like.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So fucking. Anyways. Yeah, they mistranslate the manga and like.
Keep that momentum going.
Yeah,
We haven't been
trying my
interrupted at all.
fucking best. Like Solo, fucking looking ass. And so, that's been kind of going on, with the differences between those. Another more centered towards, the story of differences between like what, the animators used and like creator of One Piece, wrote. Should have looked up the name, but we're
You
gonna
mean
just
Oda?
yeah, Oda, him, the boy that made the One Piece,
The Lord himself.
the Lord. Praise be to Oda.
Praise be to Yahweh.
Perfect.
He is pretty much like the head honcho when it comes to manga. Like
Yeah.
Oda is a fucking insane writer. Like he doesn't take breaks.
No.
He doesn't he is so dedicated to his work. It's his work ethic is insane and
doesn't
uncomparable to any other manga artist I know.
It's
the
scary.
Lord.
Like the guy,
He's the Lord.
Yeah.
I mean,
wrote the
manga
Barati arc.
artists.
Yeah, he did it.
He did. He wrote the Barati arc, the greatest
Yeah.
arc of all time, the greatest manga of all
the greatest
time.
arc of all time.
Yeah. 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 The Yahweh.
I mean,
is the only...
One Piece literally starts and ends with the Barati arc. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The true treasure is the Brody arc she made along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's like other little things like fucking I think a joke was written differently. Like there's a bunch of like small minuscule things. Like there's nothing really too big besides like taking out Zoro's backstory and then like Gin fucking rejecting his food. Like, in the anime he's just like, I don't want to eat it. And then Sanji's like, stop being a beta cuck and eat it. And he's like, and he cries and then he eats it and he's like, this is so delicious or some shit. And then where the manga he just kind of eats it right away and it's just like sick, right? Fucking righteous, dude. And so I'll move on to more just general things that I found. Oh wait, whoops. Boy howdy, did I know how to organize this shit. Little thing also is how in this scene where they turn on Sanji, they have guns, but in like the anime they have like fucking kitchen utensils where they just
nice.
got fucking like big ass pitchforks and pans. And then
It doesn't
like,
look as cool without the guns.
it doesn't look like as like dangerous,
They have big spoons and forks.
They got a big fucking spoon. And so like I don't even know what the fuck they're trying to threaten them with this.
Because
like,
that's the fucking whatchamacallit. That's the 4Kids dub.
oh shit,
Is it?
really?
Yeah, that's the 4Kids version of it, my guy.
Oh shit. Wait, did I watch
I-
a
I-
sub version
I-
of a 4Kids dub?
I don't know how you did that.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Is this subbed? Was this subbed?
Yeah, this was subbed. Like,
I think that's the regular anime.
yeah.
Is it? I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
They reanimated it, brought it to 4Kids, and then brought it back to Japan to dub over it again in the original Japanese, but with the new translation to English. So the Japanese translation back from English is completely different from the Japanese original.
Yeah, because they just really like the 4Kids version.
The 4Kids version was like huge in Japan.
It's actually
absolutely.
what skyrocketed One Piece.
Yeah. The Japanese were like, finally, One Piece, but good.
This is what we're looking for.
The Americans really know how to make anime.
I mean, I love that they changed Sanji's cigarette to a lollipop. It's my favorite.
Oh,
and all
that's
the guns are just like hammers or something.
Yeah.
They do stupid censor bullshit. So that's why I thought it was. I was like, oh my god, because I thought you were watching it dubbed.
No,
I didn't realize you were watching it subbed.
Ryan.
Yeah, but smoking's bad.
Sorry, I didn't know you were as mega weeb as I thought you were.
He told you he
dude.
was infected.
I was infected.
his sister.
I got second weeb disease or second-hand weeb disease.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Secondhand
God,
weebleitis.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Weebus deletus. it's bad.
I'm bringing that Harry Potter back.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So manga is like kind of interesting, where it's like, you know, I mean, like from what we are gathering is like, you know,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of differences between like anime and manga, but like what's like, I guess, like the one thing that I think you took away, I guess, since this was like your first time, I guess, really kind of getting into manga recently.
I would say the biggest thing that I found really interesting would be sound and action, because obviously one's picture books and the other one is like picture books, but like a lot of picture books, and you kind of move them.
That wasn't very good.
No,
Whatever that explanation was, it like fell flat on its face.
it
and
didn't.
skidded across the concrete.
Unlike the Barati arc.
Listen, sometimes
Like
you just have to have the imagination to imagine the many picture books and side picture books that move on screen.
Yeah, you know the picture books that move on screen.
You just have to have that imagination.
They got Poochie.
Oh my god, where's this going?
I don't know. Sorry.
I'm assuming what, you know, like you know, even though it's not animated, it flows like as if it was animated.
Exactly.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Pretty much. Like, they use
Very
different
good.
ways and tactics to show dynamic action, tension, feeling, like how these panels are cut and chased, and like the bubbles textures are like popping and spiky, the line strokes, the sounds, the onomatopoeias, I thought were very prominent in One Piece, where obviously you don't got a lot of sound when you look at a book. Big surprise.
Like one does. I didn't know that.
Maybe
I
if you're lucky, you get like a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're
That was all
opening up
made
that
with my
one
mouth.
book in Harry Potter.
Was it?
No, I'm joking. It's a real book.
It's unless you're opening up the book from Harry Potter where it just starts screaming at you, then you know.
Yeah, you know.
Sure.
And then you try to like, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, like how it was just like one panel here was like I think 2 seconds here, where it was like that action of Sanji getting kicked in the side of the head and then fucking being pretty much yeeted across the restaurant. And oh yeah, I also forgot this takes place in a restaurant. Did not mention the location of this place.
Barati arc takes place in a restaurant.
Yeah.
A restaurant on the ocean.
On the ocean. The
I love
Barati
it.
restaurant. And so yeah, like you could see like how it was just thwack and you could see the motion already completed while this was just like going through like 3 seconds or some shit.
Also, do you want to point out this is an audio podcast?
Yeah. It's audio podcast.
Mitch is showing us some visuals of just
Yeah.
Yeah, he took screenshots for
yeah.
us, but
of what's it?
but like Everyone in the audio podcast is like, what the fuck is he doing? What's he talking about?
Perfect. What?
I can't see it. I can hear.
What podcast?
Just imagine you're watching the Variety arc.
Which
Just put yourself into
which
it.
screenshots am I sharing? You decide. Comment down below which is your favorite screenshot from the Variety arc.
Mine is this one I'm
Goddamn.
pointing to.
Well,
Oh, I see. I see what you're pointing
fuck.
at, Corey.
to be real, I don't know which episodes these are from. More chapters, so I can't even be like, oh yeah, I gotta like this chapter in order to understand what I'm talking about. Just one of the times where Zeph kicks Sanji in the head. Just go to that.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
All right, great. That was a good Variety.
That was good. I think that was a really good job.
All right.
it did it.
This is a good analysis of the Variety arc.
That's my presentation. Hope everyone enjoyed it.
I hope everybody clicked out of the episode.
Click in the link to the description to see the project and see the presentation Mitch put together, the slideshow.
Yeah, the slideshow.
You can check that
Shit.
link in the description. There's no link.
There's no link. And then
So I guess like what are kind of like some mangas that I guess you guys have enjoyed? Like what like I know Harry, you have something on here that you really like that you wanted to talk
But
about.
you still posting shit.
I said one more. Yeah, I just posted it.
Good.
I'm not gonna
It's
explain.
a good panel.
I'm not gonna
It's a good panel.
Yeah.
I like
cutting
how I'm
all
like
this.
the kid of this fucking table. We're just like, look what I did brought. Look what I brought to the thing. And they're like, oh
Maybe I'll
wow,
just-
Mitch, this is gonna go straight up on the fridge. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Yeah,
You did it.
Mitch, your whole presentation's gonna make it to the podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure this is not gonna get cut out at all.
I'll
So-
talk about quickly the manga I really like, and that's My Hero. My Hero is very good read,
Absolutely.
and it's probably the first one I really committed myself to. I really haven't read another manga like as far through as I've made it through My Hero at the moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to dig through it. I read some comics in middle school, and I read some stuff like that, but never really got into manga. But yeah, My Hero is really fun. The only thing about it I know, and I see in a lot of manga, is there's a lot of action on page, and sometimes it's almost too much. You can't like read through manga terribly quickly if you want to ingest the imagery. You really gotta look at it. You really gotta see what's going on, because they do like to pack that page full of details and like important things to take note.
That's kind of how I feel with JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Like reading it, I can't read that fast. It's like, and also I can't read it in monochrome black and white because most manga doesn't have color.
Yeah.
So it's all black and white because it's just easier, it's cheaper, and it's faster because it's a weekly publication. It's not like monthly like normal comics are in America is like. So, you know, so to take all that time to color, it's a lot. But, you know, but like with JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, there's so much like intense line action and just things happening, and it's such a detailed piece of work. I can't read it just monochromed, and it's really hard to figure out what is happening during the action. But when it's in color, it's a little bit easier because somebody on like, I think on like DeviantArt or something like that, or Reddit was like, hey, I'm making like a colored version of JoJo's, so here you go. It's really nice, and I really appreciate it. So if you can find it and read it online, it is worth it. It's really, really well done. And honestly, I wish those were official. Like, and they're also the better translated versions of it. But I totally get what you mean. Sometimes action can get a little crazy in manga, but you know, I feel like there's some artists that do it really, really well, where you're like, I can totally tell what's happening. And then there's times where you kind of get lost in like the lines.
Yeah.
And you know, the big full motion swings, you know.
Oh yeah, like
You know,
funny enough,
Oh my god.
no. Like, hear me out.
Funny enough, if you look at these panels from the Variety arc,
No, I actually was going to do, like, favorite animes, which was My Hero and JoJo's and like Demon Slayer, and like I figured instead of that I was gonna make a meme, but I I was gonna say I know how like My Hero really endures like 2-page panel spreads and like just these like these huge like grayscale monochromatic like fucking drawings and shit, which are really beautiful. And same with like JoJo's with their like established landscapes and like their contorted ass like body postures, but yeah, and like not to mention like I really thought JoJo's paneling too was like super dynamic, but yeah, like sometimes I was just kind of like, what the fuck is happening here? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
It's
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's all good. You got.
I was just
No,
gonna say
you
something
go
I
ahead.
really love in, and that I've been like trying to work on in my own work, is like the dynamic paneling in action manga. It's like really great. It the flow of the action is really cool. I love the way, just like the panels themselves convey action.
Yeah.
I'm trying to incorporate that into my own work because I find that like super awesome how it draws your eye across the
Nice.
page.
Yeah, like I didn't realize that at first, but like how panels can dictate where your eye moves, and like even people
yeah.
positioned differently can show like how like say if their hands raised, like you see like their hands raised first and then kind of go through like their head to the speech bubble to like the next panel or some shit.
Yeah.
And like that was really interesting, and not to mention like even the sizes of them, like while reading the Barati arc there was like 5 panels and they were like each character was talking, showing like what's their reaction towards what was happening with the or with I think Don Krieg like leaving or some shit. And I thought that was really fun. And then yeah.
so I guess now that that fucking loser's gone.
Now that he's gone, we can get to the real shit.
No, we could just talk only Barati art for the rest
Yeah,
of the
now I
week
can show
and
more
just
panels.
suffer.
Woo!
Yeah, without getting hardcore judged.
Hell yeah.
All right, I guess I'm the one.
Yeah, what?
That's
I'm
in
like
charge
looking
now.
at I'm looking at your section, Ryan, on the
Yeah.
docket, and I'm very confused by everything that's on there.
Oh yeah, I put all my small might as a means to talk about My Hero Academia.
Okay.
And then Weenie Peenie and the Massive Beanie, which is I don't even know. I wrote that because fuck it. And then Bear in the Big Blue House was just because I just watched Disney Plus and we watched Out of the Box and I thought about another childhood series I really
Oh,
liked.
okay.
So, I mean,
Anyways,
my
I
favorite
thought they
manga.
were code for something.
go no, oh god no. I was just gonna talk about whatever the fuck. So
Okay, well, do you want to talk about whatever the fuck?
yeah. Well, actually, I guess if we what were we talking about originally?
Barati art.
Corey was
Other than
talking about we were talking about Barati art.
You're talking about
I think Corey was talking about My Hero and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
Perfect.
that's a good segue into
Speaking-
you talking about My Hero.
Yeah, speaking of
Yeah,
My
I
Hero
guess.
Academia Nut, Ryan.
Yeah. I really love My Hero Academia as well. It's been one of the more modern mangas that kind of got me back into reading manga because I kind of fell out. Manga was kind of something I couldn't keep up with. I never really finished a series, but My Hero was like the one show I really liked that I wanted to continue it, and I've been keeping up with it fairly well. I know I've fallen back behind a little bit again because I've just I haven't read manga in a little while, but My Hero definitely helped me pick it back up and just kind of get back into the groove of it. And what's funny is everyone always says My Hero Academia is like Naruto. It's the same thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Except with superheroes. And, and it's so funny is like, even though with Naruto and My Hero being very similar, Naruto was kind of what got me into wanting to read manga, sort of, because I knew it existed. And then My Hero Academia is what got me back into reading manga again. So it's
The
kind of
true
like interesting
successor.
how that works. It all comes full circle.
yeah.
It all starts back at Nart.
Art. And there's
all
Bart.
about
Has
Nart.
my heart.
Nart has my heart.
And Bort has my hort.
My fort. What's
Now, like, you know, but like My Hero is like kind of like a more mainstream kind of thing.
It is quite
I've been
mainstream.
kind of trying to dabble into like something a little more, little less, you know, mainstreamy, but it's still mainstream, I would say, kind of, because people are noticing it and paying attention, which is Goodnight Pun Pun,
Hi.
which I'm going to transition that with Harry,
Oh shit.
Oh,
because
nice.
Harry and I
Yeah.
definitely want to talk about this author because he's fucking awesome.
On my bit for the docket, I have Inio Asano, he's my favorite like mangaka, like manga artist. He's honestly, he might be my favorite artist in general. I have all of his comics that are like have been translated into English. There's a bunch that we haven't gotten over here yet, which sucks. But I've read all of his stuff that's been translated into English, and it's all fantastic. It's like he's really good at telling kind of like postmodernist, like humanist kind of stories that are just kind of, they're about normal people living like fairly normal lives. I mean, like some of them get kind of like his current like ongoing series. He's been running it since 2014. Is Dead Demons DDDD Destruction.
I really wanted to read that. I heard it's awesome.
It's so good. There are 7 volumes released in America, and I've been keeping up with like the volume releases. And it's about the end of the world. Like aliens are invading, but the aliens are like the size of children, and they're really weak. So like we just beat the shit out of them every time they show up. But the mothership of the aliens, it's like floating up in the sky, and it's massive. And it's like basically counting down until it explodes and destroys the Earth.
That sounds awesome.
And it's basically everyone knows it's going to happen, but everyone like kind of ignores it. And so it's all these people living it's the main characters are just 2 girls who they just graduate high school and they go into college, and it's just like it's a coming of age story about them while all of the alien invasion stuff is kind of happening in the background. So it's like that's kind of like his thing, is just small stories about people, but also some weird shit's happening.
Hell yeah.
Goodnight Pun Pun was my first manga I read by him. And
Pun Pun is also
he's such
amazing.
Very unique author with a very unique sense of style. It's very surrealist and weird, but it's funny and dark, and it's dramatic, and it actually touches on like a lot of really interesting topics and themes. And I was surprised at how absolutely like drawn in I was to it. It was just, there was something about it. It flowed so well. And it's one of those few manga I read where I said, I don't think they could make this into an anime. And I don't think the anime would justify how good it is as a manga. It's like one of those few things where I think it works so well in its medium.
Yeah,
it's just hard to.
He's an artist that like, he's a
replicate
master
it.
of his medium. Like he pulls
Absolutely.
things out of the medium of comics that you really, like you said, you can't do anywhere else.
It's too pure. It's too
perfect.
It is.
It's too perfect. You can't taint it. But I've been desperately needing to read those mangas, those mangos.
Is there a manga on your list, Mitch, that you're really interested in checking out anytime soon? Like, is there like, have
Mitch
you
has
kind
a
of
nice
thought about
long
something?
list,
The Barati arc.
Well,
and they're all the Barati arc.
Yeah.
Corey's gonna censor the word Berardi.
It's just gonna be like
and it's just
fucking
gonna be
bleeps.
beeps. 'Cause
That'd be
he's
fucking
gonna
phenomenal.
feel really. He will hate everything.
Fucking goddamn. Oh, like the whole thing, like the whole bit, like where I do the it's just redacted. It's just
Oh, there you go. Redacted.
redacted.
It's just like 15
it's
straight
just-
minutes of just.
And it's just like
The
every
following
5
program has been deleted.
every 5 minutes it's just like, we apologize, but but this bit is not belong in your area. Please wait until we continue on without this bit.
Perfect. It's exactly what it needs to be.
But I really wanted to get into fucking I Am Hero, Goodnight
Yeah, me
Pon
too.
Pon, Promise Neverland, because I watched the anime of it and I was like, that's the
Yeah.
tightest shit I've ever seen, and I want
Promise
to see more.
Neverland's awesome.
I know, and I
Yeah.
want to see fucking more of that shit. And so yeah, there's a couple, but I've been like trying to get in the swing of things, you know, getting back in there, trying to find, a woman to marry and love after the divorce. And yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what's great is like in manga, like there's a lot of time where like manga will supersede the anime, and like one that comes to mind for me is definitely Tokyo Ghoul. The Tokyo Ghoul manga was really good, and the Tokyo Ghoul anime sucked because it deviated super hard from its source material. And just once you did that, it just didn't make any goddamn sense.
I love it.
And that was it. I love it. I love it. I thought you were gonna have more to say.
It sounded
about
like
that.
you got cut out for a second, but you just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I lost you for a second. I was like, oh.
Man, I'm really great at this podcast thing.
We're glad to have you here.
Yeah, glad
It's
to
perfect.
be here.
No, this is
You had a real
as
nice
good
thing
as any
going.
other episode, honestly.
And then I just come in and be like, hey guys, you want to see some visuals of
This is the new old baby.
This is it. Just a fucking mess. Woo!
Oh man, but yeah, no, I don't know. Tokyo Ghoul is like a great manga, and I kind of started Tokyo Ghoul but I never got into it as much though. I really just like the OG series.
Is that like a sequel?
But yeah, it's like a sequel series that was like it was like years later post the next the original Tokyo Ghoul manga series.
Okay.
And it was like okay at best, but I didn't really like love it. I definitely for sure will say I have a big soft spot for the original though. I think it's actually worth reading, and I would definitely like recommend it. But it's way better than the anime, and that becomes a lot of the case with people. They like to say the manga is better than the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
I don't
the
know,
manga.
do you guys like agree with that?
I mean, I think it depends on. I typically prefer to read like the comic, but I'm sure it depends on, from case to case basis.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe the adaptation's better.
Yeah.
Typically, I haven't. Nothing comes to mind, but I'm sure there are cases.
Like the arc.
Yeah, like. Well,
boy,
I would disagree. I think the
the manga.
I am a very, very big fan of One Piece.
That's very
So
true.
I would
Yeah.
I would say that the manga's better than the anime.
Yeah.
Right?
Harry is like probably like the biggest One Piece fan I know.
I'm a
like you
fan.
because like to say the least, he owns pretty much the entire series, like in physical copy.
Would you recommend it?
Like I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know a single guy that actually owns all 80 some odd volumes of that manga. It's insane to think
He's
about.
the man.
It's a great
But
series.
I'm proud of you, honestly.
Good series.
I'm proud of you.
I'm pr-
So that
All
means
I
you're
had to
the
do
ultimate fan.
was spend a lot of money.
Oh shit. I could never.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I feel like that's quite an achievement to actually have, and to also have the shelf space for it, which
It
I'm
takes
sure is
up an
dwindling.
entire shelf
Ooh,
in my room.
Fuck,
stomach thick.
I have my
Jesus.
nice One Piece shelf.
Hell yeah.
that's cool though. Like, what about One Piece is kind of like what about it like drew you to it? Like, what was like kind of your favorite element to One Piece?
One Piece. So Oda does something that sets One Piece apart from its contemporaries. Is his art style something that really draws me in because I love it's a very perfect blend of like really stupid and also like really cool.
Yeah.
Like
That's accurate.
one of my favorite characters in One Piece is Big Mom, and she's she's one of the strongest. So in the world of One Piece, they're the four strongest pirates are the four emperors, and one of them is Big Mom, and she's a big mom.
Well,
She's like this 30-foot tall lady, with big pink moo on, and when she gets hungry, she gets really angry and starts eating everything.
oh shit.
And she's one of the strongest people in the world. And she has like 80 something children. And yeah, that's One Piece.
You know what Big Mama could be really good at doing?
What?
Mukbanging on YouTube.
Ooh.
Probably.
Shit.
That's what.
She could do-
It's funny. You guys mentioned earlier when he said cannonball, and then you were like, "I thought you said cannibal," and I was like, "Cannibalism's actually a really important part of One Piece right now."
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Because
Especially with that. With that arc.
That's how Big Mom gets her devil fruit power.
It's by eating people.
Is she eats the woman who raised her,
Oh shit!
Mother Caramel, who like runs like an orphanage, and
Oh.
Big Mom as a child, on her birthday, they got her like these special cakes, I think, that she really loved, and she got so into eating the cakes that she also ate all the people at her birthday party, all the orphans, and her mother.
What the?
And her
fuck?
Mother Caramel, had these like a special. She had the what was it? I think it's the soul fruit. But so Big Mom, by eating Mother Caramel, got her devil fruit powers, and it's also implied that that's how Blackbeard gets Whitebeard's powers, is by eating him. So yeah,
Yo.
Yeah.
cannibalism is part of One
gets
Piece.
a little dark.
You ain't fucking around with that shit, dude. Like how you were saying.
Like when I'm on like the early One Piece, it's like fluffy in comparison to
Yeah,
that.
no, that's what I said. Like, it's One Piece is it's stupid in a good way, where you get like Big Mom, who's like this really just goofy looking character, but also she has a dark backstory. Like, she was an orphan who ate her family.
yeah.
It's
Well,
great.
like-
I love One Piece.
Or like Sanji.
I'm very excited for it's on the Wano arc right now, so they're in Japan.
yeah.
And
Hell
it's
yeah.
very cool. And Big Mom's a big part of the Wano arc, and that means it's good for me.
It's good.
That's cool.
It's a good time to be alive.
It really is.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And like I felt the same way with Ryan, like because I know like the later shit that goes on with One Piece, and they're facing like Don Keurig, who's just like the strongest.
Don Keurig,
Yeah.
like the
that?
coffee maker.
Yeah, the coffee mate.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Don Keurig. Yeah, him.
I like that. Can we rename that character to be
Don
that?
Keurig.
Yes.
Is it Craig?
That's canon.
Who are you
Oda?
talking about?
Don Keurig, where he's like he has a bunch of like gold plated stuff.
Oh wait, in the arc.
Yeah,
Oh, Don Krieg.
Don Krieg. Fuck.
Don
Don
Keurig.
Keurig.
I love it. No. He's Don
He's Don
Keurig.
Keurig now. He's Don Keurig in our heart.
That's it. It's over.
I loved how he was like he was like, yeah, I'm the baddest fucking thing, and I'm like, bruh, you don't even
know.
know. There's some people that control fucking light. Like, the fuck you about with your fucking shield ass. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, and so yeah, like One Piece goes fucking places that I did not expect.
Yeah. Read all of One Piece. It's a fun trip.
It's a fun trip.
Yeah.
It
Would
gets
not
wild.
recommend.
I don't recommend it.
I don't recommend it. Read it, but I don't recommend it.
I finished the Skypiea arc. That's about it. So I'm working my way towards the next one because I haven't read it in a while. I kind of read arcs and then I kind of drop it for a while and then I come back.
Damn, that's sad.
I love it. It's great. I just don't invest too much into it.
It's just
but
like
when I get
almost
invested, I
1,000
get really back
chapters
into
long,
it.
so I understand.
It's 907
Yeah.
to be. Oh wait, that's episodes. Oh god, never mind. That's not even volumes. Oh, and chapters.
One Piece is kind of long. It's 961
Yeah.
chapters.
Yeah, I mean it's been going since 1997 and hasn't stopped. Almost 20
And there's no
plus
end in
years
sight.
now. No,
Is that-
it's still the number one as
Yeah.
well. It's like the biggest manga in Japan
Yep.
and
Hell yeah.
in the world.
Number
It's like,
one
holy
forever
shit.
and always.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Number one, baby.
absolutely.
Woo.
I don't think anything will dethrone One Piece. It's just impossible.
The only thing that could dethrone One Piece is if Oda made Arc 2.
Oh shit! If Oda made like One Piece
Oh.
2, Electric Boogaloo,
Yeah. If he made
shit.
made Overwatch 2,
it's true.
it'd be the only thing that could dethrone One Piece.
One Winston crawls out. Who dis? My name is Monkey D. Luffy. Who'd you call a goddamn monkey? And Winston just punches Luffy across the ocean.
He goes like, "Oak, bah."
Jesus Christ.
And then, yeah,
that'll do it.
that'll do it. That'll
All
do
right.
it. Well, thank you for everybody for watching.
Wait, you're signing off?
Yeah, I'm signing off now.
It's like,
I'm the new Corey.
but Corey already signed
Yeah,
off.
I'm
Mitch,
signing
now
off.
you do the.
Why?
Mitch,
No, I
do
do
the
this-
outro.
No, okay. I'm gonna try to do this from memory. I'm not gonna look at the docket.
Okay.
Thanks for everybody for listening. I hope you like, subscribe, and favorite this podcast, and make sure that the podcasts you do are the friends you are.
Clown laugh.
And what? I guess your final thoughts. What did you think of?
Oh God, it just keeps going.
Jesus Christ. I was going to ask, like, what would you guys, like, as the last thing to say, what would you recommend to people who haven't read manga? Like, what would be your recommendations?
Demon Slayer.
Is it the arc?
The
I recommend
Fuck.
it.
But like, actually, I would recommend One Piece, because it's perfect and amazing,
It has a arc.
and also start at the arc.
Skip all the rest of the shit. You'll probably pick it up as you go.
No, but yeah, I would recommend One Piece. If you're interested in Inio Asano's work, read Goodnight Pun Pun. It's his most popular work. It's pretty long too. It's a very solid read. Those are my recommendations. Yeah.
Cool.
What about you guys?
Mitch,
Me?
what would you recommend?
Me?
I guess. Yeah.
Well, it starts with the B. It ends with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, very good.
I would say JoJo's is a great. I haven't really read the manga too much, but I thought it was a very fun story, and I think having that intentional or like initial art style along with the story would look really cool or look really fun to read. And then also I would say Demon Slayer or Promised Neverland.
Nice.
No,
They're
those are good
both
choices.
very fun concepts and world building around these concepts that they build, and that the characters are great and they're all dynamic and fun. So any one of those.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Surprisingly enough, I'm going to recommend something we didn't talk about on the show.
Ryan.
But yeah, I'm gonna deviate a little. But I would recommend Monster. It's probably one of my personal favorites. I read it back in the day, and I absolutely adore this manga. It's a great horror slash mystery. I really enjoyed it. It's a high recommendation. I don't really want to talk about the plot too much because it's one of those things where if you go in as cold as ice, you come out of it going, wow, what the shit. It's awesome. So just check out Monster. It's written by let me look up his name. I forgot. I can't even remember his name. God, it doesn't even list it here. Shit. Well, I'm kind of fucked on this one. Oh, Naoki Urasawa. So I recommend Monster as like a good first manga if you want to read something kind of unique and different and interesting. And if you don't like that, then I'm sorry, you have bad taste in manga.
Oh shit.
And you should and then you should just read Death Note because that's actually good, but maybe you'll probably enjoy that a little more because Death Note's really awesome.
Hell yeah.
And that was another great manga series, and also one of my favorite anime series too.
Hell yeah.
I love Death Note. So, and don't watch the Netflix movie unless you want to laugh.
Or do.
Actually, do
Watch
watch
that
it.
first.
It's worth
So then you like
Oh, so when you go in, then you'll hate the manga. You'll just be like, this is not as good as this masterpiece.
exactly.
Factual.
Straight facts right there.
It's one of the greatest films ever made. I love his name's not Light Yagami in that movie. I forgot what it was called. Like Tim.
Tim Baker.
I don't know. His name was definitely not Light Yagami. It was definitely something Yagami. I can't remember
Ligma.
though. It's Ligma.
What's Ligma?
Oh, it's Light Turner. That's it. His name is Light Turner.
Light Turner? What the fuck?
They changed his whole name
Timmy Turner or
from
some
Light
shit.
Yagami
Like,
to,
what the fuck?
to Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner.
I mean, it is Nat Wolf, so you know.
Fucking. With his brother Dick Wolf?
Who the producer of fucking Law and Order?
Yeah. You never seen Nat Wolf and Dick
Holy
Wolf in the same room.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right, we're gonna end it there.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you later. Hope you look at those visuals.
Hope you enjoyed our
absolutely
really
will
great
not.
episode. Say goodbye, Corey.
All right, guys, thanks for watching the show. I totally was there all the way to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a review, and remember, maybe the podcast was the friends we made along the way.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
That was a great end.
Great.
That was a really good ending.
Wow, I can't believe Corey was there the whole time.
Yeah, I can't believe the episode's over and that Corey was here the whole time.
Yeah, Corey, what was your favorite part?
Yeah.
Was it my segment? His audio cut out. He didn't.
That was a good one, Corey.
Whoa.
That was a funny joke. I'm glad. You know what? I think let's just end it on that. I don't think any of us are going to top Corey's joke right there.
Yeah, no, Corey made
Yeah, no,
the best
absolutely
joke.
not.
Yeah.
Good on you, Corey.